Yeah, I'm actually repping the merch here for the Philadelphia
That looks nice.
33rd Film Society. Decided
I
to
like
grab
that.
me a sweater. Wasn't too badly priced. Yeah, we went on Saturday to two movies. I mean, they're going all week. They actually started on my birthday last week, and I almost went, but decided to rather just kind of spend my day hanging out. But there are a lot of movies I wanted to see. A lot of movies. I mean, they're September 5, Nickel Boys. I know there's more. I'm blanking. It's a late night.
You're about to
But
be watching Blitz in a few days, right?
yeah,
From
Blitz is
Steve
going to be.
McQueen.
Last year we only got to see one at the festival. We saw
Which one was that
Saltburn, which closed the festival. This
Right.
year we are up to 3. We sat in line. We were chatting with some people, in our seats too, especially, and we talked about this that last year because we only went on closing night, and it just happened to be the only one we really could go to because we don't live in the city. I mean, we're close, but it's a good trek in. You got to pay for parking, you got to do all that stuff, especially after a long day of work. It gets tough. Yeah. But a lot of the movies they show throughout the day. But we talked to a bunch of people, and we realized that it's like, last year it was fun. It felt like the festival, but this year to us, it felt more like we were actually a big part of the festival because we were in between scenes or, movies as we were sitting and, going to get popcorn and whatnot, chatting with the people next to us about, what did you think? So I saw Anora, which is going to, I believe, goes nationwide in 2 days, 2-3 days here. I think it's this weekend. Saw Anora, and I saw The Brutalist, which comes out in December. And I really liked both. But like when we saw Anora first in the morning. We had a couple hours to kill, went and grabbed a quick lunch, came back, got in line, got some good seats. And then we were chatting with people, and it was like, somebody said, "Oh, what else have you seen?" And, we went to Nora this morning. And, "Oh, what'd you think?" And you start talking about everything. And a couple people were like, what other movies are you going to see? And we were like, "Oh, we're actually only seeing Blitz on closing night." And they were like, "Oh, what a bummer. I wish you could see more." Like we met a woman who's like, "I'm retired. I just pay for the whole badge, the whole week pass, and I come when I want and I leave when I don't."
What a dream.
She left halfway through. We sat down. She said, we were chatting with her, and we were like, yeah, 3.5 hours for The Brutalist, which I, honest to God, didn't know. I knew when I went in, but I didn't know till like lunch. Autumn and I were talking about it, and she goes, "Oh my God, this is 3.5 hours." And I was like, I wouldn't have picked the 6 o'clock showing if I had known that, because I know she'll fall asleep 2 minutes in. And guess what happened?
Yeah.
Couple minutes in, out like a little light, woke up, whispered in my ear, and was like, I have no idea what's going on. Brutalist is long, had an intermission, but the woman we were next to said, I really want to watch it, but I've seen 3. This is my 4th movie today. I'm leaving at intermission. And that's exactly what she did. As soon as intermission started, she got up, bolted out of there, didn't come back, allowed me to sprawl out a little bit. It was nice, but the festivals are awesome. There are a bunch of movies. They got a whole section called Filmadelphia. It's all movies made in Philly, about Philly, which is really cool. There's whole thing about this giant wing bowl that I've been a fan of the Eagles since I got into sports, in my early, mid-teens, because I got into sports a little bit later. But like I'd never heard about it. I've been absorbing Philly sports for years, and I had never heard about this wing bowl. At least if I did, I brushed it off quick. There's a whole documentary I wish I could see about it. But anyway, excited to see Blitz. I'll get to the movies. First, Anora. Anora blew me away. I loved it. I think Tangerine is great. I think the Florida Project is great. Every person I talked to at the film festival before The Brutalist, when we were talking about Anora, all said the same thing. You haven't seen his movie Red Rocket? I haven't seen Florida Project, but you haven't seen Red Rocket? Have you seen it, Kyle?
I have. Yeah.
When? And you didn't invite me? You son of a gun.
No, I saw it on streaming. I saw it like a month or 2 ago. I thought I mentioned it to you, but I didn't know if you saw it yet or not.
You don't listen to my recommendations, so I
Red Rocket. Hey, that's fair. I'll take the heat.
I want to watch it.
But yeah, you should watch it. It's really good. That one got missed out during the award season for sure.
So I'll tell a fun story. I know I'm rambling, but I'm having a good time. So we were supposed to see Anora on Friday because they had They had 2 showings for Friday and Saturday afternoon. We didn't want to do the whole day in the city. We were like, that might be a bit much. Like, let's just relax because my parents were here a week ago and we were busy. Hadn't had like a weekend to just kind of relax. So Friday we were like, hey, I'll get those tickets when they come on sale. So they came on sale for us, and I didn't realize. And we goes comment. We can't get into the city enough to pay for the membership. It's just not quite worth it. So those perks of getting early access tickets and stuff, we just have to kind of grit our teeth on, which is kind of a bummer. But we're thinking for this next year festival, we might do it. But for Anora, the tickets were only for members and badge holders, and then you had to be there for the rush line. So if you wanted to see Anora that night, the first Friday of the festival after opening night, you had to be there for rush line. And we just both agreed, let's not do it. Let's just get tickets. Let's make Saturday the day. And I heard that on that Friday they had like a Zoom. I don't think it was Zoom. I think it was a pre-recorded Q&A. It had Francis Ford Coppola, Robert De Niro, and somebody Spike Lee. It was Spike Lee.
Oh, I was going to guess like Al Pacino or something.
Every single person that I talked to said it was atrocious. It was awful. They didn't handle the questions right. The questions weren't great. They started talking about politics and arguing and all this stuff. And I was like, well, and then this guy was telling me after I'd seen Anora, when we sat down for Anora, the runner of the festival came out and goes, we tried really hard to get Sean here. That's the director of Anora, Sean. Is it Sean Baker or Barker? Baker, I believe. Baker. Yeah, Baker, Sean Baker. That they tried to get him here. He was at the premiere in New York, so we can't get him here, but he was kind enough that we're going to do a Zoom Q&A with the audience after the film. And I immediately turned to my left at Autumn, and I was like, guess we're staying. So
like,
we stayed.
I want to go to bed.
Yeah, 2 p.m. That was a noon showing, but that was really cool. Yeah. He looked exhausted. He was like, I've been all over the country. He was in a hotel room or something. All the blinds closed, looked tired. And man, did people ask some bad questions. One girl literally just goes, why did you end the movie like that? It didn't feel like you. And he laughed and went, first he did one of those. He went, have you seen my movies? He said that because
have you seen Red Rocket?
He literally was like, and I sat there being like, come on, girl. I was like, come on, you're clearly a fan. Like, these are how he ends his movies. They end in similar tones. And I don't want to give anything away, but I mean, you got to expect, Sean's got his style. He's going to bring his style. But anyway, Anora is excellent. Yeah. Mickey is a force. Get out of the way, some of these actresses that are on this young studio list. She's coming. Right. Okay. She is great. Right now, she would be my front runner for the Academy Award. This movie was exactly what I thought it would be and completely the opposite at the same time. And I loved every second of it. It is sexy. It is funny. It is sad. It is serious. This movie, I think, is his best. And I loved Florida Project and I loved Tangerine. And I think out of the two,
seen Red Rocket?
I haven't seen Red Rocket. You got me. Oh. It's on the list, but that'll be after Halloween. It's not is it spooky?
No, but
then it'll be after Halloween. There are no movies that I'm seeing at my house that aren't spooky until Halloween ends. Spooky I'm rushing to get through spooky season. Yeah. But anyway, it is amazing. The script is good. Dude, I had a question geared up. There's a scene that I would have asked. Mine was a little wordy. You had to say the question, and then the guy had to repeat the question to him because he couldn't fully hear us half the time. So, but I was going to ask, there's a specific scene without giving spoilers away, where I was going to say that scene felt very Nice Guys to me. and very Marx Brothers to me. And having just watched a couple of the Marx Brothers movies from my AFI rewatch, which is still going on, but it's been put on hiatus for spooky season, I wanted to ask, how do you write that? What is your idea when you write that as the writer? How does it shift when you get to the set and the day? And, if you're filming it late in the shooting schedule or early, how does it change? And then how does it change just on set, the vibe of the actors? Like, how does the progression of that scene change? That's what I was going to ask.
What a very good question. That's not stupid.
Dude, this one woman, every 2 seconds, I'm not... Hand up, high in the sky. Hey.
Me.
She stood up, walked out of her seat, went to the side, kept that hand up, and she goes, "Where is the house located?" Because they're in a specific house for a handful of the movie. She goes, "Where is that located?" And look, we're on the East Coast. A lot of the people in there go to New York all the time. Movie takes place in New York. Mm-hmm. I get that is a little bit more of a cultural question. Sean asked it great, but I'm sitting there like I thought this woman at least would have had a better question than that with the amount of effort she was putting into asking. Yeah. Some people ask some great questions, but anyway, Anora
or a corn dog type of guy.
Sean answered every question great. Dude, he said that he was addicted to, he had a long battle with drug addiction. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. He said he knows he wouldn't have survived in today's fentanyl crisis. He's very thankful to be sober. He said he had been up in Canada for 2 years working on a passion project, a movie that he was so passionate about drugs, and COVID completely killed it. And he is like, one day, if I can, I want to do that again. And I was sitting there like, do it now, Sean. Hopefully Anora's big enough where somebody goes, yeah, A24 will say, go back and make it. We'll give you the money.
A24, Neon, if he gets enough.
I believe it's an A24 movie, wasn't it? No, it's the other way around. Brutalist A24. So Neon for Anora.
Yes.
Yeah, I have it backwards because there was a lot of A24 chatter, so I just saw that. Sure, but yeah, Anora's great. If it comes to your theater this weekend, you should be running to go see it. It is so good. I have been sitting on it, and it is. I'm sitting there just continuing to go, is it my favorite movie of the year? It might be. It's up there. And then
you look at your boy Dude 2 and you're like,
I do love Dude 2. Dude 2's right there. Challengers is right there. The Wild Robot. There's a lot of great ones.